Another way to use Qwizdom is with the PowerPoint program. There's an add-on in PowerPoint called Action Point that we will open now. So through the Qwizdom Connect interface, let's go to Programs and then Action Point. This will launch PowerPoint. Once in PowerPoint, look across the top for the Qwizdom Action Point toolbar. This will allow us interactivity with the Qwizdom remotes. I'm going to go ahead and open up a Qwizdom presentation that I already have, a PowerPoint, and show you how this works. So I'll open it. I have it on one of my networked drives. And so you could already have a presentation with questions in it. For instance, this particular presentation already had some questions in it, and you would just want to do what I call tagging those slides. So you go to the Qwizdom Action Point toolbar, select the type of question you want this to be, and then give it the answer. I can also add my own questions, so I'll insert a slide with 4 answer choices. I can type in my question here. C is feedback on learning, or D, the good old all of the above. And I'll give this particular question the answer of D. So I'm going to go ahead and save the presentation here, and I will show you how to get this started. You can even turn these into games. So you open your PowerPoint, maybe it looks like this. Then click on the Action Point toolbar and then select Start Presentation. It may take just a moment for this window to appear, so I'm going to go ahead and select my class. I'm going to auto-save to my Results Manager. I'll show this as a normal presentation first and then as a game. I can require login by ID, and I have Martin and Jordan's logins here, so I'll go ahead and show that. So Martin is logging in with his ID, and then Jordan as well. So the students are responding to the questions. Once they have done that, I kind of like to, instead of as 100%, because that's kind of deceiving, folks might think, oh, everyone got it right. I prefer to toggle between the 2 out of 2 of my students have responded. Then I can show a response graph of their responses. If I click here, I can show the correct answer. Another thing you can do with this is you can pick a student randomly from your roster. So Jordan's not done just because he gets picked once. So it'll pick between Martin and Jordan because those are the only 2 students logged in right now. So I'll go ahead and have my students respond to this next question. You can see they've both responded. I'll go ahead and show the response graph. Another thing you can do as well is if you right-click in this pane and go to View Answer Grid, you can see all of your student remotes that have responded. So I'm going to go ahead and escape out of the presentation at this time. It is closing the presentation. It's going through its saving process. And then we'll go take a look at the results. So I'll go back to the Qwizdom Connect interface, and it will take a moment for the results to populate. And here are the results of the assessment. I can see that Martin made 100 and Jordan made a 50, which doesn't give me a lot of information about my instructions, so I like to go to the report wizard. And I'm going to take a look at the answer report. This gives me a grade, how the students answered on each question, an item analysis, a mode, and the actual answer. The other report I really like is the question summary report with answer. I'll generate that, and I can see how my students did. So one of the things I like about this report as well is, looks like half of my class. Maybe I need to create 2 different groups, or I can differentiate my instruction. If I take a look at this report, I can see which of the students need help in the what clickers should be used for group. So maybe I do a pull-out session on that. So now we're going to take this same presentation and we'll present it as a game. So I'm going to go to Start Presentation. So instead of presenting as a normal presentation, I'm going to present this as the Fast Track game. About this point in time, the students can go ahead and turn their remotes on and get logged in. Have Martin logged in. And now Jordan's logged in. Just going to move this out of the way a little bit. This is a speed and accuracy game. So I can always stop this at any point. Let me go ahead and show the response graph there. And back in the 80s, we had these things called joysticks, and that will bring up my gaming features. So when I click on that, it says, hey, remote 2-1, and you can have that student raise their hand and give them a little bit of credit there, and then you can click on the racetrack. It's really motivating if you have a bigger class and they make it to the leaderboard or the top 5. So maybe they're not in the lead, but they can still get up there as well. Go ahead and click on the next question. We'll have them both get this one right. And let's see who gets their answer in first. Can still show our graph. They all got it right. Good deal. And back to the joystick for the game. And remote 1, that was Martin. I'm going to go ahead and show the racetrack here. And let's say that's all the time I had for this. I'm going to go ahead and click on my final score. And I can see that remote 2, so Jordan won this particular game. You can certainly save the results on this as well. I'm not going to in this case. And that is how Qwizdom with PowerPoint works.